This video recommends that you read the description beforehand for more information. Anyways, I have nothing to say for myself. Yep, I'm back. Did you miss me? Now, there's a multitude of factors of why I just went away from this community for a long time, but I'll leave that to the end of the video. Right now, we are focusing on this subject for today, Ingvar Bearclaw. Admittedly, it's a little bit challenging to choose Kingdom Rush for a nutty hero list. There's not a lot of interesting choices, and due to the leveling system, there's only a few different moves each hero has. But then I tried this guy out in a full playthrough, and what a bizarre thrill it was learning what he can do. While otherwise unremarkable, the ancestors do help define a role for Ingvar as an unorthodox tank and also for choke points. Now I have a hunch that he's probably meant to be used with barbarians just because of this signature reason, but do you use barbarians ever? Now you might be wondering why this even matters to me so much. Well, one, I want to segue things, and two, it's genuinely interesting. It's not like this is a chaotic ability or anything, but it definitely shakes up your combat. It's not like any other hero in this game can specifically summon more units, not that I can think of right away. This was a sign of what was to come in the future. Not just that, but it synergizes in a really interesting way with... Bear? Oh, bear! This is what I was waiting for. When Ingvar Bearclaw's hurt enough, he can turn into a bear, because he loves Garten of Banban. But really, what gets me about this bear transformation is that it's semi-automatic. It's not like you can just push a button, or just wait for it to happen. It's a matter of pain. Oh, my leg! Well, more about risk than anything. But this shakes up your strategy. Even though the bear regenerates and is basically invulnerable to almost anything, you still have to watch his health very carefully, and also, he can't spawn ancestors while in this form. It's a necessary trade-off, and I like that all these roles fight each other for dominance. And this is why I consider Ingvar Bearclaw the most unique and versatile tank in this game specifically. Not the best, but the most nutty. I said the funny thing. He requires a lot of micro out of the player, which is a rare trait for most tanks in the series, and he has a lot of flexibility with pretty much any tower in the game. Now me personally, I really think it's haha funny to use Big Berthas with him, if the footage wasn't obvious enough. Speaking of which, and I've been hinting at this, but I think it's time to look at Ingvar in general and his choke point potential. Now I like making good choke points. You remember this? And then this? Well, now it's this. These already discussed abilities stand out a little bit more when you consider most tanks in this game are single target, both offense and defense-wise. The ancestors cover this unique niche of adding to a choke point rather than reinforcing it, which comes with its own positives and negatives, but then there's the bear to add on to that. You have two different forms of blocking, both of which help during gigantic enemy clumps, which this specific Kingdom Rush game has a lot of. This is also why I used this stage as an example, you know, with all the spiders. Spiders. I guess at the end of the day, it all really comes down to what this guy means, at least to me. Sure, some of these heroes are odd, like, who thought it was a good idea to give a ranged magic user armor? But this guy sticks out like a sore thumb more than anyone. It's not like all the other heroes are boring. Just this guy is the first one I think about now whenever I think about Kingdom Rush 1 heroes. It's almost like he was foreshadowing the change that Kingdom Rush heroes would be making just for the better. Wait. I just realized Ingvar Bearclaw has a passive ability that lets him summon more units in a superpowered form. Holy crap. It's all come full circle now. I finally get it. Funny sound effect that plays at the end abruptly.